Oh my god. Okay, so give me a second. I just no, I'm wearing pants right now and it's just so tight. Give me a second. Okay, I just want to know why is everything on my Google Drive just like moved to one side of the why is it to the left? Alright, so hi everyone. I'm chilling already. Thank you, Shark. I'm sorry. Today I kind of fell asleep because I was quite tired after something happened. Not something happened. It's just like recently just needed to let out something, and then after that I did feel kind of tired and whatnot. So yes, and today I feel like writing my own stuff. I felt like doing a what's it called, Wheel of Fate today. So considering how tired I am, I did decide just eventually on just doing lore stuff. So good afternoon everybody, it is I, the mercenary commander. I am here just to host a small not short, just a decently long writing stream where I will prepare one. I will let you guys know that I'm going to be shifting my attention around when it comes to writing, and two, let's see if I can make a law primer for my world. Why not? Because as far as I can. Okay, so before I talk about it more, law primers are primer basically means an introductory kind of book to a problem, like a maths book, elementary maths book and whatnot. And I also have realized that recently I have screwed up. Not screwed up. Okay, the screwed up part was just something on my end. But what I meant was that I kind of I kind of jumped straight into like my universe without letting you guys know what the heck was going on. So it's taken me a year to realize that, because at this point no one is invested in the story and whatnot. So I'm gonna try and make a change immediately. So all right, so the law primer is basically just me introducing the world to everybody in a very plain manner and as easy as possible. Basically, everything that I've told you guys about the Hollow Peninsula, I'll try and upload it into a small document and discuss about it. And on the other hand, for real life things, I think I will start making a bit more changes to how I write stuff. So if it's not the Wheel of Fate for the writing streams, you'll definitely see me write one story for like the longest time, because I want to see if I can get a story done. Something like Ruby supplements. Well, Arman, welcome to the stream. I don't want it to be in your face, but I don't know. It's like the Warhammer stuff where you can read it and you can kind of gain sense of the world, like a codex, a start piece, but not really. I don't know. Because if I can explain to you like the basic tenets of it, but every time I look at the story, I realize there are a lot of things in there where I end up like talking about, and literally no one knows what the heck you're doing. Basically, they get the gist that you're a time traveler from a post-apocalyptic creature. Start somewhat like a calories person with a robot hand, and a very very strange companion. Where is he? Aha, there he is. A very strange companion like this right here. And yeah, that's basically it. But I haven't done it in a way that everyone can understand it, and it gets a bit confusing if you kind of understand what I'm going through, because you're thrown into it, which is fine, but there should be a bit more background information basically. So 7 minutes in, you know what, I'll just switch to the writing overlay. So I don't really know. So the Sunset War, I'm just gonna start off with the Sunset War first. What's it called? Let me see. I'm just gonna play the Lost Judgment. It's gonna be somewhat sober today. Also, before I go on into the writing, I want to know how you guys are doing. Let me just ask Wally to get back in. I know you want to come out here, buddy, but for everyone's sake, you should try. Immediate arrest is difficult to execute when there is no context. So, yeah. So as you can see, I've done a fair bit, because when I started the airfield, I was when I started the airfield, I was around here. So this is where I started writing the story. And yeah, as Arman has said, it was pretty much in media res. And what I did was I looked at it again. It's not so much as a rewrite as just an expansion of idea, because as much as I tried to explain to people this is a war story, also this is the law prime, I don't know what to do here, so I'll probably leave a map there later. Basically, I looked at it and I thought to myself, you know what, I wanted to write a war story, but the tone of the opening paragraph didn't really fit, even though there was, you know, the genuine anger is right there. Only did, like, when it came around the warlord, did some kind, like, the effects of a war really started kicking in, because people die here and the violence starts to escalate a lot more. And how do you say it, it sounded the violence has come to a point where it's uncaring and uncaring and insanely hostile to everybody involved. So yeah, that is how I feel like the warlord has brought in a bit of that war feel. And I tried to consult with a friend of mine who did read the story. I think you can kind of see his name a little bit up here, who is Oliver Randall, a friend of mine from another server. When he read it, and then I asked him again for like an idea of what to do. Basically, what was not established well was not the characters, because he just told me basically outright the characters are fine. They're very strong already, which means, yeah, that means I did a good job making the characters. What the plot was, the plot wasn't really there. And when I told him the background information, then after that he said, oh yes, this kind of fits, the title of the story fits, the Sunset War, because there's a whole lot of things going on. Unfortunately, as even though I discussed it with him, I don't really know exactly how to explain it to everybody. So give me a second. It feels strange having to revisit the story again from like a what's it called, having to revisit a story from like the base perspective of it. I'm not sure if any of this makes sense. I'm just so dumb. Basically, let me try and grab what I talked with for Ollie. Yeah, I just call him Ollie for short. So let me just check the. Okay, so here it is. When I typed to him like the background information for the story, like basically starting out and something I kind of familiarize. The timeline in story is that the enemy faction becomes super militaristic and starts becoming xenophobic against a species of super predators that live somewhat uneasily with humans in the region where the Sunwake. You can already tell my brain is like somewhat melting already. So let me just see, right? Let me just see. What was the full name really? Coalition. Is it Sunwake Empire? No, I'm just gonna call it the Coalition for now. The Sunwake Coalition. So the Sunwake Coalition is the enemy territory basically, and they have become super militaristic in the area, and what little piece it is now replaced with this expansionist desire. Unfortunately, it starts to collide with a group of inhumans, basically super predators who are reptilian and far stronger than a normal human. And this is taking place in where? What's the map for Malaysia already? Give me a second. Where's the map for Malaysia? This should be in Thailand map of Malaysia. Like it's somewhere bordering Thailand. The Malay Peninsula world map. Yes, I think it's Thailand. So the Sunwake Coalition is based off in Thailand, and they reach quite far up north. So where my faction starts out is somewhere in I don't remember, it's Kedah or Kelantan because my brain does not want to work. So it starts around Kota Baru, then it works all the way up from Yala, all the way through Yala. Then after that, it works up all the way until like the former capital of Thailand. And I don't really know how to explain it because it's already out of the Hollow Peninsula. But I think the basic idea is that I'll try and leave it a bit as unknown as it is to me, because it sounds like an excuse, yeah. But funnily enough, I did kind of realize it could help because none of us knew a lot about the Hollow Peninsula. We didn't include the top area there because we just simply did not think about it too much. And yeah, when I'm doing the law primer, I'll probably try and explain it through a map that I'm doing. So yes. So yes, as you can see, there is a okay. Thank you, Shark, for bringing that out. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Is it because I pressed 9? Yes, sometimes sometimes it does that. I don't know why. Probably just a mistake. Anyway, what I meant to say was I didn't want to delay anything too much. If I wanted to save anything if I wanted to rewrite anything too much, I think what I'll do is I'll try and do it either close to the end, or you know, when I've summed up everything. The Duke here is the latest chapter that I'm doing, and this kind of demonstrates that more that more relaxed side, basically, like pre wartime experience. And here's the thing, I based it around a wartime experience because, as far as I can tell, mercenary work is different from the kind of open war that is waged. And yeah, and so you can see here that I am more amicable, and I am somewhat more confused and less bitter about a lot of things. And you can just kind of tell the casualness. But when you start actually getting into the context of a war, that's when things really start to get, how do you say this? Things really start to get impersonal. You start to lose your sense of self because a war is more than you. And yeah, the idea of the opening paragraph is not to rewrite anything, it's to add a little more of the genuine wartime feel. And it's not too bad, actually. What I've written so far has been good because not only did I manage to, in my heart, I feel like it somehow nails the feel of open war, but it also does take time to explain the world. And this will play a part in the law primer. The law primer here also needs the map. Where is the map? I had a map of the Hollow Peninsula somewhere, like it was in my art file. Was it here somewhere? Like I try my best to try and make sure at least I have like an idea of what's going on in my world. So let me just see where it is. It should be here somewhere. I see heartbreak stuff. Where is it really? It's like a complete map that goes well with my workshop and whatnot. I just don't know where exactly it is. Uh-oh. You know that feeling when you try and find something on Warpog? Hey NG, welcome to the stream. Yeah, basically today is just gonna be catching up on law stuff. I'm trying to do a law primer, as Arman pointed out, somewhat like Ruby, but as far as I can tell, my personal opinions on Ruby's law supplements is that it already gets very, you know, in your face about it, and it's a bit too much. Especially to the point where you can make how many videos did they make already? They like made like what, 8, 7, 5? I don't know. And that in my mind is just like, you know what, too much. People are not gonna watch these videos to get into the world. They're just wanting to find out what is interesting about it, but at the same time, you just kind of overload people with just like the amount of stuff that you have to read in order to get to the universe. And then thinking to myself, like, that's just That's not it, man. That ain't it. What the heck am I opening right now? Oh, this is a bedroom. Where is my workshop? Okay, my workshop is here. But I don't seem to remember where my map is. It's somewhere here. Missing. My brain is not working well. Also, NG, now that I'm just kind of doing stuff, how are you doing, man? I read your messages about beating Norwa. Congratulations! Now you can finally join me to beat the other Elder Dragons. Trust me, they're much better. Where is it? It was somewhere here. I was completely gone. Oh, I said, okay. Give me a second. The reason why I feel like the map will be important for the primer is because I want to make sure that there is a physical place you can perceive. I have not updated the map, so it'll just be here for the meantime. Busted Narwa's ovaries open. Oh my goodness. That's Haram Desu. You can't do that. She's fraggy. She got kids. Anyway, she's a fun fight. Yeah, hope we can catch up on that anytime soon. Give me a second, huh? Give me a while. Where am I? Okay, there you go. Now I was open, and then like recently also like on that topic, because I was playing Monster Hunter Rise again thanks to a friend of mine who is well trying to get back into the game. I think I started playing it again and I realized, right, the game is fun. It's just because I also started picking up playing Monster Hunter Will again for fun, but there I can kind of feel like a difficulty. Writing streams seems fun. Maybe I should try it sometimes. Yeah, it's fun, but it's also slightly confusing if you're not doing something brand new. Let's say you want to if you want to do a full-on story, right, that you're like me, it gets confusing to your audience because people will just be here either for you or for the story, and then if you don't explain to them the story, it gets a bit confusing. Whereas if you do something like how I planned the Wheel of Fates, which is just random writing streams from a pool of ideas, it actually is much easier to follow that because the stories there are self-contained and don't really have any relationship with anything else going on with the, how do you say it? It doesn't have anything going on with like the rest of the story. Probably something like short stories with prompts. Yeah, basically you can ask people to, you know, give you prompts and whatnot, and that was good. Okay, so let me see. Okay, there you go. The Hollow Peninsula map is here. Okay, it turns out I also have like I also turned out to have made the map slightly bigger than it should, slightly a bit off. Okay, I'm gonna share this with myself first. But yes, I highly encourage more writing streams because if you ask me, right, people can offer writing services, but people don't actually like to showcase how the writing process is done because Eiten Dylus and World Cup chose violence. Yeah, make prompts like that, or you know, just like run words like romance and whatnot. That sounds generic, or like things like horror. And no matter how generic it is, it's up to the writer's imagination to make sure that the idea can be conveyed. Also, I'm just going to show this to myself. Why is Discord showing me a real life face? Hello. So yeah, things like that, it really works and really sells an idea, I guess, and in that it will demonstrate how you can creatively interpret that idea into a story per se. Okay, the map is on the screen. Okay, yeah, this is the map that I'm planning to use today. Yes, I have done a fair bit of work for the Hollow Peninsula before, and this is like my pet project that I have been working on, and unfortunately it took me a year to realize, you know what, people don't really know what the heck I'm trying to explain, and let's make a law primer. And the rule that I want to do here is keep it to just one document and not too long, maybe around 5 pages. That's it. Nothing else. More or less. No, less or equal to that number of pages. Because if you do too much, people just get like confused. Like, what the heck am I supposed to do? All this explanation for just like a streamer who, perpetually does not poop. Why did I just say that? Perpetually just does weird stuff on camera and occasionally streaks. Often streaks on camera. So that kind of feeling, you know that? I don't want to do that. So this is gonna be the map. So yeah, basically this is going to be the start of the law primer. So I don't really know how to begin, except I'll try be taking reference from like another person. Someone else, I think Siggy did a company manual for his armor stuff, so I'd probably try and take a note of that, like a lick of that. I don't know whether I can do this from my own point of view. So yes, I'm not gonna put it like completely full out primer. Monsters and rogue machines terror. The wounds over continue to plague survivors. Sorry, I meant to put this half of the stream to like I meant to put half of the stream to the sunset wall, but I might as well just figure this out first. So yeah. So this will be the map that I'll be using primarily to discuss the how do you say it? To discuss. Sorry, my dad just messaged me. I was offered like the chance to like go out and with them because he has a friend over. Oh, that's not cool. If you guys saw that through my camera, I would have definitely killed myself. That was just something haram. Okay, there you go. I responded my dad. Yes, and yes, in fact, it is porn on my phone. All right, so let's try and not leave us out. This will be for, okay, as you can, everyone can see it. Look at the clock. It is now 3:26. At least we should start with at least 30 minutes of writing for the Sunset War. I'm so sorry if the writing stream is very unprofessional, unplanned, but this is more akin to, this is, yeah, my fault basically, because I tried to I tried to keep these as clean, as you know, genuine as possible, just discussing ideas and whatnot. Even if they don't like make sense, I'll just try and put it out there. But you know what, that's okay, because I also have music helping me out. This is Lost Judgment's main menu theme on a loop for like 23 minutes, so you'll get to hear quite a fair bit of it. And I'll probably switch around to just let the other songs and whatnot. So as you can see here, now I'm gonna actually explain. This is a new part of the airfield. Previously before we started here, which is me teasing Yumi and ending up in like a very fierce scuffle because of my attempts of cheering her up or just being a gadfly does not work out, because obviously it never works out. What I did was I moved the start of the story to a back of a truck somewhere, you know, empty, somewhere hidden. And at that point I wanted to make sure that, well, I don't end up dumping you as like, oh, you're drunk and you don't know who I'm talking to. So what I did was I started alone. just like life, you kind of start alone, but not really. So you start alone, and after that, I just expand more to a flashback. I expand first to a group of soldiers who have gotten injuries, very bad injuries, I must say, like missing a right arm. And then I feel like this is a nice point in sense. He forgot he was missing his right arm and simply reached upwards with the other one. And this kind of tells you not only is there gruesome injuries, but there's an element of shell shock for it. And you can kind of see it replicated in the way I talk. Or at least like, this is my first person view of what's going on. I also have a bit of shell shock because I cannot tell what is happening. Normally, I would like to sum it up as like my normal state of mind, but with the stress of combat being great and having lost quite a few people here, as you can see, the casualties. Yeah, this is basically it. So I can tell. What else am I supposed to say? So yeah, I wanted to impart that feeling of shell shock basically, and how at this point I was kind of lost in my attempts to try and cheer up Yumiko, my other friend. Well, I'm just gonna put a harsh shot. Close combat, whose demeanor was more keen to let her weapons talk than to engage in actual talk. And yours truly. I don't really expand more on too much, but I'll try and keep it as low as possible because the airfield in its purpose introduces me as a character. Me as a character who's been through a very stressful combat situation, and it's just reflecting everything that has happened, and it is reflecting Yumiko. Oh no, what is happening? Oh, G-Force just opened up. So yeah, that's what I meant. I'm also slightly lost. I'm really sorry. If you guys have anything to say about the writing right now, actually, I wouldn't mind. Because as with the feedback sheet from my channel, what I wanted to do was that to ensure that you guys have a kind of place to work with, and in case that you want to voice out your ideas, you can do the feedback form in this kind of stream, right? You can just do it in your chat box as well. But I do understand with feedback and whatnot, or at least trying to get involved in all this, it involves, I don't know how you say it, involves that sense, involves understanding what's going on. And with how this is, yeah, I don't think it's easy to just kind of make a comment on what's going on, but yeah. So yes, you can see I have anger. The feelings are there, so I feel like this was what Ollie was talking about, like the I don't know how you say it. He was talking about how the characters are strong, so this is more character building, and you can also see a lot of world building. No, like not a lot of world building, but a bit of world building, which explains something like the waterfall, which is, well, in normal terms, just a giant portal above Malaysia. Okay, let's go back to the law primer first. It's a portal around here. It has eaten away a lot of Malaysia. I don't know what actual geological terms, geological effects it would have, but it kind of floats around here. And although it seems like there's just water here, there's a bit of land around the waterfall, around the dotted edges. There's still a bit of land, so it hasn't completely turned into like the sea and whatnot. And the Eternal Waterfall's description is that it's a place, in very short terms, it's a place where you can find riches and find death. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's like the shortest shorthand term of it. And the closest equivalent I could put it in was the zone in Stalker. You're not sure what is there. You're not sure what you're gonna face. It's gonna be mutated monstrosities there, but there are people living near it, and people who are willing to walk into that area to, get riches or get rich, help their nations, or and whatnot. So that is how it works. I even called the people who, I even called the people who walk into the region stalkers, as well as a homage to the original to the original stalkers of the game itself. But it makes sense as well in the story. Okay, so then I had introduced Wally, which means I can take away a bit of his introduction later on in the Warlord. But then again, I save that for a rewrite later. So my focus today was try and at least write a bit more about this. So let's start that. It's 36 minutes, and I've completely stopped working on the story just to explain it. I'm really sorry. This is what I'm trying to avoid. So Ishimura. Ishimura's as some of you can recall, right? Ishimura was the setting of the Twin Blade story that I set, and in my mind it takes place somewhat closer to it's close to the Regalia Mera's Republic, but somewhat in the middle. This is some area I didn't plan out ahead, honestly. And the Regalia Mera's Republic is, well, I think slightly bigger, like around nearer to the waterfall to justify it. And when you get closer to the border, it becomes a lot more looser in terms of control. Here is where, in the heart of Kedah and whatnot, it is where it's the strongest. Around the middle of the woods, there is where it's strongest. Ishimura is somewhere nearer to the Eternal Waterfall, and Yumiko is part of a criminal organization back then that tried to. Yeah, it says it. So I think I'll just type here and figure out what's going on. She was human in. What is this? Who was this person? What the heck is this? Who's this person? Did someone message me on my phone? Have I seen you before? Coffee break. Oh, I think this is university stuff. Okay, sorry. I get confused. This is a chill stream. I get like lost in like things that's happening at the time, which is good, I guess. No matter how much she struggled, but it also meant that adapting to our way of life. So yeah, if you're also interested in learning a bit more about writing and you're not very skilled in it, I think Shark kind of knows about it. The writing stream also is about the, well, see how my train of thought works in when it comes to writing. That of a new recruit. Of a new I don't know how you say local recruit. Local? Yeah. There was 15 years of Sabai Kai values instilled in her. Values that some of which clash with our more free if our and others. Is it 15 years? There was, I think 20. I think I don't know. I don't really know. I have not pinned down her age until now. So you know what? I think I was 20. I would say she's closer to my age, but towards 25 years of Sabai high values. Still into her living with all of its negative and values that were innately hard to combine with our more. I don't know. I say there is a this is from like my understanding of your cousins. There is a blood oath somewhere around here, and you can kind of tell how it affects people, if you know what I mean. Yes. I brain, my brain is dying already. You know that. I don't know why. I'm not. I don't know why. Sorry. What I meant is what's it called already? I slept just now, so I'm also a bit. What was it called already? I'm slightly a bit out of tune with my writings, so it probably will affect everything that's going on. So I'm just trying. I don't know what my goal is for today, but at least just try and write as much as I can to combine with our method. I think I'll just leave it here. Over 20. Into some of which she discovered that she was born with. I think it's good because she's a super soldier enforcer sort of thing. The idea of monster hunting and mercenary work clashed hard with blood oaths. Was it? Is it blood oaths? Blood oaths and racketeering. Assassins work in the dark as far as much as my experience with them. Coming straight from my experience surviving her attacks. Their attack. While mercs like us prefer to keep don't shy away from the spotlight. With nowhere to go but us, to us, it has been a grueling 5 months. Relearning everything from the ground up to part of. So I guess this is like short enough already. This battle did little to help her. The rumors were true. Something should not even have come about from our own ranks as per teaching. So there are here already, as you can see. There is Junshi, there is Yumiko, and then there is me. So this is based around a mercenary group, and the most basic value is that you don't tell rumors because it can hurt your job. And what is going on here is that I don't know. There we go. My brain is also slightly like dying again. I'm really sorry. I try and keep the streams as entertaining possible, but whenever it comes to writing, right, you can kind of see me just relax to the point where I just shut down. If I was already struggling in processing what exactly was happening, the carnage and loss, I was already no. I think thinking with the if because it kind of doesn't really start with if, so I was already struggling with processing the carnage. And taking their base. No, I didn't know or want to know how she was preparing all this instead of galvanizing me into action as friends. Do make me curl up a bit more while he could see and poked again. You have to. You can't stay out here alone. I let out. Anxiety was building up again. And result resolved. So the result resolved is just like you know, it kind of showcases something in real life that you guys have probably noticed in that how I am hesitant in grasping some issues, or at least just like I don't I don't know how to explain it. It's like I have some issues grasping the idea of grabbing a problem, trying to solve it, and Dylus in a way, let me reread the Kfabe, like this kind of reflects how I am in real life with anxiety and whatnot. Direct action for me is something I try not to do, and yeah, basically this is just me combining. It's just like what I would do in that situation, and it's fairly strange, but I feel like it works. Mm-hmm. See. Okay. So even. So yeah, it just seems like me when you place me in a wall, which I would not be able to handle. It stopped me from responding and locked me up. making Wally haunt me even more while he read at the front. So I don't know how to explain it. It's like also no, I definitely know how to explain this. It's like some of the words I use for a lot of the things here is just a new word, new language for the new world basically. So a letter front just basically means a diary or a journal or some sort, yeah. So yes. What else right here? It was this wasn't an act of calming or was it called I don't know, is it calming? I don't remember. Calming or assurance would be better. He had his ways being of being bashful. Is it bashful? What is bashful? My brain is not working. Bashful meaning. Oh no, that's not bashful. Direct with what needed to be done. Street, an odd quality to him that did make sure I followed the right route. Right now, without saying a single word, he prodded me. He, he prodded me again. This time, it was mildly harder. I don't know. Say the flag color. Um, even though he looked as if he couldn't harm anything, even a small fly. He his appearance gave off the impression of a child's plush, a child's toy, harmless, this child's toy. I beg, I beg to differ. Those claws at the end of his fingers weren't for sure when they came out. They came out. So yeah, this is just me pointing out the fact that even though Wally is a robotic crocodile, now where are you? Where are you, buddy? I need you to come out here and see what I'm writing about you. Okay, it says Wally comes out. He doesn't exactly have claws. Like, let me see here. How do I see? He has claws basically, but it's not exactly like super hard claws, but they're just there. It's just there. Been here for almost an hour. If it isn't her, then you quietly left everyone else. You can't leave it to your captain. to. I don't know what rank am I. Like, let me put it. What is above? What is above captains already? Ranks above captain. Okay. So, I am a. I'm not a colonel. Can't leave it to your lieutenants actually. There you go. Lieutenant. I was tempted to use the British spelling of lieutenants because it made sense given that we use British English and the language will kind of carry on into the future. But you know what? I'll just use that. Handle everything. Well, you're about to say mope around. I started in a rather subdued. My voice was subdued, but I was all for showing tinge of hostility to my friend. It relented when I realized he had a very strong point. It's like you have to focus on what's being done. Yeah, basically like that. I don't really know. Yeah, give me a second. What am I supposed to do? I'm really sorry if I'm quiet. I'm just trying to think of what like to continue on. I can't say face. Situations. I haven't been to war, and now I know. Can tell a lot of faces are going to be screwed up one way or another. I don't know. The strange thing is that my dialogue sounds very stilted. Or at least. I mean, cold shower. Get rid of. You lost some friends. Some nice kids. Is it kids? You know, some nice good students along the way. And you know. And so did the guys in the other army. The mirror. Point is that they're still moving around with their job in their head. I think yours is to do the same and make sure everyone has a role to play. Sorry, Wally has a very odd tone to him, but I'm not really sure how to put it. He's like the straight man to my antics sometimes, even though he's a bit goofy as shit. It's very strange. The stream should be someone talking, but I'm just sitting here trying. Yup. What's their boss's name? The guy with the pauldron. The pauldron. What is that thing that officers wear already? Is it pauldron or is it something else? What's a pauldron? Dress uniform. The man with the FDU. The FDU. So the FDU is food with the dress uniform. Dress uniform. There's lots of them. Specific. This sounds like my father's talking already. The one with the full beard. Dark complexion. I remembered him instantly. So this is going to be another character, basically. This is the Regalia Mira's colonel, one of the colonels. He was one of the colonels. I have the army, Mira's army had at the top of its own command chain. The brief moments I had The others, he either had the fortune or being assigned command over us. What exactly, I wasn't sure. He wasn't scrawny or scrappy in the way he acted, but I just couldn't see how the man deserved such a position of power within his military. Yet, he could hold a gun. He can hold a gun well and deliver some little shots. But his tactical acumen somehow needed work. So this needed work. Somehow this on how to handle the assault on the airfield. Nonetheless, outside of planning, he was a fairly decent person. Someone named Gus Johns. I told Wally his name when he turned over another page. Yes, okay, this is going well. Okay, Wally, do you want to go back to the bed? And do you want to go back to the hat? He says yes, he wants to go back to the hat. Bye-bye. He sleep in the head. Let's see what else. This is like, yeah, I think I think I already said like today was gonna be one of the quietest streams, but you know what? And oh, you see. Hit off at decent. Impressive distance. Another page. It was back to the start. And all about the enemy we were fighting. The Sunwake Coalition. You seen him? The combat? I tried to remember. It took a while for me. It took a while for me to browse. A jumble assortment of memories. Jumble assortment of memories, is that correct? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just being a bit deaf now. Hello, Prats. Welcome to the stream. This is gonna be the law writing stream. I'm really sorry if it's very quiet today because I'm doing we're doing a bit of writing right now, and I have gone quite a fair bit on the new opening for the Sunset War, and I'm also gonna try and prepare a primer in a little bit. So yeah, I'm just kind of quiet because I'm not so sure what exactly to do. It's not really content, but it's writing. I don't know what I'm appealing to, but I just want to showcase how the process of writing is done, basically. I'm really sorry if I'm not doing anything much because, yeah, I'm also somewhat frazzled and a bit tired. Both a mix of horrifying and calm. And then I saw his red uniform walking out, emerging from an armored vehicle within my head. I see, gotcha. All the best though, and yeah, thank you so much. How are you doing? I'm just very sorry. I'm just supposed to be. Also, don't mind the edits because this is just my friends. Friends suggesting whatnot. So yes. So the reason why I'm trying to do this is just to settle in the war field and whatnot. So yeah, which is good actually. Trying to make sure that the field is there. But I think right now I've already quite explained quite a fair bit. I might just work on the primer instead. So I don't know. So how are you doing, Prats? How are you doing? What are you up to? He was still clean. He was still fresh and unharmed, but his face was a surprising. I don't know how you say it. Surprising was. So the fact that whatever went down in battle had too also broke him too. Him to no end. Then I couldn't see him. So Hanham, but his expressions. What happened? The blood bath that was today. Can see him anymore. It didn't stop him from attending to his men, no? Well, we can assume. It gets from me then. Alright. Widely pointed out. Pointed towards the place the soldiers were standing before. There was another group of soldiers approach, walking through the cargo. The place I was area.
Take him to Detroit.
Oh, hello, Fujiwara Kiri. Hello, welcome to the stream. Welcome for the subscribing. that was. Hello, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? I am doing a bit of writing for my lore, which is what's it called? Oh wait, I think this was supposed to be earlier on. You subscribed to me earlier on, right? Is it? I don't remember. My brain is dead. So basically, welcome to the stream. I'm doing the Sunset War, which is one of the first stories that I'm trying to focus on. Now logging a series of heavy machine guns and boxes. Logging on ammunition boxes. How are you doing? Just somewhere else. Okay, you know what? It is now 4:17. Do you guys think I should just move on to the law primer? Because at least a law primer I can work on it easily. But for yeah, another gross. Transporting. What else? Well, they weren't too. Well, they probably wouldn't. No, they probably weren't in part. While they did not factor into our discussion too much, Wally did make it known that we should, that their movement was something I should be carrying out. It took me biting a bit of teeth grinding to let that seep in, as well as the sound of a few helicopters approaching from the south, from behind us. So basically, yeah. I imagine there's Jarns addressing the wounded with genuine sympathy. What's it called? Boistering? Boistering their bolstering their spirit with rousing words and comforting spirit, comforting presence. So yes, your voice kind of sounds low. Yes, it sounds kind of low because yeah, there you go. This is much better because there seems to be something going on my microphone where the static is there. So I got that you're here. So hello, I'm just writing. So yes, welcome to the stream. Just doing a bit of writing and while talking to his own subordinates on the next course of action. Next course of action. Yeah. Writing a lot more. Subordinations, no subordinate. The imagery finally got me to stretch out my legs. That's not how I spell stretch. Out my legs. Yes, I just woke. Yeah, welcome. How was sleep? I hope you're doing fine. I'm somewhat being very quiet because I am getting a bit distracted with a few things, and then I'm just trying to, write a few stories here and there, that kind of stuff. So this is the Sunset War. This is a completely different chapter now, and as then the original opening is revamped at least to be more to make a move. I stretched my legs and closed out the leather front to Wally's. Oh, sorry, that's wrong. To Wally's displeasure. Picking up, grabbing my rifle. My rifle next to me that had gone cold from sitting idly by. Even though I had interrupted his reading of the coalition's threat assessment. Is it threat assessment? Threat assessment. He seemed pleased that he had roused me to some kind of action, and only asked. He asked. He spoke. He said, "Who are you going to look for?" He said. Okay, so then after that, Yumiko. Responded. Is this? I hope. Need to find her. I need to find her. Then the rest of your own students. I awkwardly rotated my body until I was in a position to crouch. Slowly crouch out, not couch, crouch out of the bed. Cargo truck's bed. So Akate, how's your writing so far? I haven't gotten the time to read it. I hope it's gone well. And yeah. So what do you plan to do today? As I move slowly out, the soldiers noticed that I was there's the bed and made sure to move out of the way so that I could get down without interrupting. Wally simply engaged his rocket thrusters and silently floated next to me. As I did so, I spoke to him. Next. Good afternoon, Dylus. Hello, Giga. Oh, quite a few people are showing up. Hello, everybody. My writing's okay. Hey, man. I know it. I know. I'm sorry. I have not been catching up on so many things. Like, I'm sorry. Hi, Giga. How you doing? How you doing? I'm just doing the Sunset War. I think I can just stop it here. Stop for now here because this is like how many pages already? Almost 100 pages for the Sunset War. Oh my goodness. This is quite a fair bit from like I've been writing this not from today but like the last few days because I wanted to try and revamp the tone of the story. So this is already like 3,000 words already. I'm pretty happy with it. 3,800 words. This chapter will be long, I guess. That means I can either merge the city together and make long chapters, but yes. So yeah, this is good. A lot of words already. Around him. Okay, there we go. It's a good introduction, I guess. But yeah, you know what? I'll just start. Okay, we're gonna... What font size are you using? It's 12, but I have the page on 120 zoom in. Because otherwise, you guys can't read it. I'm just zooming in really much. Sorry. Very big. Because if you see like the original page, I guess you can kind of read it on your own, but it's very hard to read on the screen itself. So that's why I'm reading it. That's why I'm putting it to 120. Also, Giga, how you doing? Sorry, there's not a gameplay today. It's just like my writing. Yeah, it helps when I want to stream it, because otherwise... So I try to move the plot on, so yes. So yes, welcome to the Hollow Pennant. I write on font size 12, but yes, but man, yours look way more compact. Mine is Verdana. Mine works on Verdana as well, so yeah. Verdana, mostly all 12. I'm not really sure why it sounds like a bit why it looks a bit poopy, but maybe that's because of That's because of the formatting and whatnot. Google Drive is just a bit weird like this. The overall story is already reaching like almost 30k. You know what? I'm gonna be quite happy if I can reach like 100k for this, and I think it will reach 100k. A lot of stuff to be shared with. Alright, so we're gonna work on a law primer. Where do I start off with? Oh, it just opened up a new page. Okay, I see. Okay. I'm gonna try and move the area Vedanas. Okay, so I don't know why it does this. Like sometimes my text just gets really funky, but I'm not really sure why exactly. I'm Eiten Dylus, a resident from the Hollow Peninsula. Malaysia used to be a lot more civilized than it is now in my time. I don't really know how to start a primer. As I'm taking hints from my friend C. Yeah, Vedana makes the text bigger as well. So I guess I can start with the world. Although the name doesn't sound okay, this one is familiar. I can assume outright that the name does not sound familiar. This is because I am not from around here. I was not born in this time, but instead in the far over 500 years. Pahang gone. Oh, Pahang gone. Yeah, basically Pahang is gone, and there's gonna be a few more cities and whatnot. Very enough in the far future of humanity. The name. Okay. Malaysia. The Hollow. I am not sure when. So yeah, I'm just gonna start here. This will be heading 1. This will be the title, I guess. I'm just gonna switch to the bottom, I guess. Or does this work? Yeah, I think that works. Apply title. Oh no. Okay, there you go. All right. While you guys look at the map and come up with things, they can just. I have a need to go to the toilet and piss. I'm really sorry. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Oh, my clock's gone. No! I'll be right back first. Hello, hello, hello. I'm back from the toilet. Hi. Sorry. I'm just gonna put on my glasses again. So I hope you guys had a good look at the map. I posted this when I was starting my debut and whatnot. Not debut, like when I was doing my room. You can kind of see in the background. So yes. Basically this is what I want. This is the post sunset wars. So I'm gonna try and make a version that how do you say this, that is not post sunset war. At least just like, even if it is, it'll probably be split up into actual territories and whatnot. Right now this is just like my a cusp of a plan, basically. And I just wanted to get a map out for this place. I didn't know I wanted to go too far. When the world ended, if the eternal waterfall was responsible for it, but I either. What I do know is that my world innately. Oh. Yeah, so some of the text lining is very strange. Why does it do this? Yeah, some of my wording is very strange. I don't really know why. I'm just gonna assume it's probably because of the text and whatnot. Yeah, I can see world is like a bit strange. So it was split up into introduction. Is that my world is now a hostile Rome has become an amalgamation of the past and present and the future. Monster from the warp, from the waterfall and its warp storms. Rome the country. Rome the peninsula. Either making messes or terrorize. Terrorizing people with I don't know how to say it. Mutated lab experiments. Mutated creatures. Labs. Ancient laboratories. Or the wow. Rogue machines roam the peninsula, making life a constant danger for the average citizen scientist. We have no such. What was it called already? What would you call our sense of living? What is it called already? I actually forgot already. What is it called? What are video games? Well, I mean, what would you call video games again? Um. What's it called already? Trying to remember what it was called. Is it like precious or something? I want to say like we have no such I'm sorry, my brain is dying. So what am I thinking of already? Life. Is it life though? Life is one thing. No such life. Compared to the old world, we have no nicety. What is it? Luxury. Yes, thank you. To work with. No expensive gaming rigs. No smartphones. No easy access to cars and fuel. No fast food. No fast food. No. Life is harsh. Building up. Supply trade. Supply. Those that are too weak to survive by the rules of the peninsula die quick, while the rest barely survive on the fringes. All is not the peninsula turns you. However, this does not mean that all is humanity here is doomed to die a slow death. Rebuilding the old world has somewhat begun in some ways. Nation cities have emerged, such as Home Base 1, Regalia, Mera, and Bucky. I don't know why he's named it Bucky, but eking out existence amongst the ruins by rediscovering old technology as reduction. There are, if not nations, cities, then just in places like Ishimura, and Sierra. You know what? I'm just gonna call it Sierra Leone. What's the meaning of Sierra Leone? Where do you get the word Sierra Leone from? Sierra Lion. Sea Lion. This is like a corruption, like Sienna loan. Proven that we have shakily risen out from the ashes. Nation, is it states, nations everywhere? Cities like prosper in some ways. All of the well, we definitely can't bring back the old world as it once was. We can rebuild. I can shape. Sure. Production and stalkers play individuals who brave the perils of the warfall and the detritus of warp storms to retrieve strange and alien technologies given us the tools to even prosper, to even to fight back against the creatures that come out of the terrorizers. Mercenaries are now plentiful in place of regular armies, protecting the weak, protecting the normal citizen for food, for supply, and recruiting. Does this make sense? Okay, I think this makes mercenary companies, all world militaries, organizations, and pride themselves are skilled in traits such as monster hunting, stalking, and what's it called? Protection, civil protection. While we still clash time to time, it is safe to know that they are rare and mostly against civil protection for nations, for growing nations. Okay, there you go. And the average, of course, more keen to violence, wanton violence and pillaging exist. Raiders are a frequent issue within Hollow Peninsula. Successful enough in making strongholds almost impenetratable to mercenary companies. Is raiders and pirates like the same thing? I think so, right? Raider and pirates. No, pirates is just... Sorry. Okay, sorry. It turns out my dog wants to leave the room, so that's why I had to go out for a bit. Sorry. So the stream will be ending in a little bit because I don't want to extend it too far. Uncivilized. Hi, baby. Oh, they're fighting. My dogs are fighting again. Uh-oh. Dad, I want to leave. No, they're not. Why are you fighting, baby? No. The Mayaki is actually picking a fight with the other one. Why, baby? He's actually picking a fight with the other one. Raider bands. The strongest whole fortresses that even his dog probably. Yes, this is my dog. This is my dog Morris and Walter, and I don't know what they're doing. They're hungry for attention because my dad has left the house to buy groceries. Knowing how small your dog is, so small and greedy. No, it's not. Nah, he's not angry. He's just cute. Very cute. Oi! I'm actually not afraid to just call out my dogs now on the stream because they're so cute. They're very small because I live in an apartment. They're very small. And yeah, maybe I'll write a story about them. Disrupting trade routes, kidnapping for rather unsavory purposes without legislation. The peninsula is a new one. The new wild. Yes. And anything and everything goes. Even sex. Where do I come in? I am a mercenary from an elite company called the Pursuit Specials. I manage to... I come to the old world for a mission most important. To save the peninsula from a new menace. Extraterrestrial Yes, sex. It's like I see sex and it's like, is this taboo? And you know what? I'm writing, so I just get to do anything I want. So you want to have sex, you have sex. Fuck that butt. Fuck that butt. Oh, I just closed the music as well. Oh. I got so distracted in the sex that I closed the music. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Let's just listen to this thing. Got lost in the fucking. Wee. Sings. Okay, the stream will be ending in a bit, don't worry. Also, a new extra thread that has. I can over most of our territory. The mine crashes. They are virulent creatures from the waterfall, taking on a form unlike any we've ever seen and propagating in nightmarish ways. Hits the nightmarish ways. Foster their own consumption of life. By providing for us a keystone. What's it called? Keystone. To there. Tentacle. Spreading themselves through an invisible, I can only assume to be invisible spores that rapidly grow within the neural cortex. Or spreading elsewhere out of nightmarish efficiency. Those who are immune grotesque. Does this make sense for the primer? Because let me just put this nations and companies. When I can put this here, I can just easily So this is just so that I can put this here and then kinda, what's it called already? And just put a page break here. I think this would work actually. Nations and companies, and after that just more stuff, I guess. So the law primer will take some time for the. We share our world with monsters. Without advanced medical technology of the old world, it is impossible to gauge who is infected. Only that Minecrasher spores. Only one can only tell. I don't know how to say this already. I'm not the smartest man in the world, so when it comes to stuff like this, I actually have to think, and it kind of makes me worried because how am I gonna entertain people while I'm writing? I don't know. Maybe the writing helps entertaining people? I don't really know. When their hive mind decides it is time for you to be assimilated, you will feel nothing. All of your senses will be instantly taken away. Your body surrenders willingly, and anyone near you will only see you slump your head as if you have experienced yeah. So yeah, if this doesn't help, I'll probably. Your brain has crashed. When your body, you, or more accurately, your body awaken, you're nothing more than a mind crash. What's left? The peninsula devastated. Despite our pooling of weaponry, advanced weaponry, and highly trained soldiers. So far from before I had been brought, before I willingly from before I had left. We have only been successful, only started fighting back efficiently. From temporal transmissions I have been receiving, it seems as though war against the parasites is going well, progressing in our favor. However, something tells that something is off. The help of particle weapons. My gut tells me otherwise. So this is the introduction to the law primer. It is around 600 words and it's pretty long. By all accounts, this should make me feel more reassured. Yet, I only experience more doubt and questions. Thus, it has driven me to document my world from the peninsula, from my experience, from my time and experience traveling around as part of the pursuit special. At least some of which was already present throughout the conflict. In a way that can viewers and newcomers and frequent viewers can understand the ecology of the hollow planet, of my homeland, how it has shaped me into who I am today. Okay, I think I'm happy with this. Yeah. This primer will introduce not only nations, mercenary companies of note throughout the region, but factions and cities with notable histories. Are interweave with the pursuit specials past. Individuals such as my teman, which means a group bonded individuals from different tribes or groups. For a troop, this is just mercenary, and this one we call the language. I guess it works. Okay, so that works. Oh, sorry, just opening up Gazlo. Okay. Through a ritual. Will be recorded as samurai will have their lives summarized through this, while language, our unique language, will be sparingly described as to not overwhelm the average reader. With this, events important to the peninsula will be expected. And with this in mind, let us begin. The pursuit specials. This hit a 2, right? Founded over 100, over 75. Let me see the document for the other one already. So I'll just put it on a personal note. Let's add a personal touch to it while I work with this. And you know what? I think it'd be a good time to leave this as it is juicy enough for everybody. But I feel like it would be good if I just leave this for either another stream or I'll just write this on my own. So let me turn on the chat feeling music and go back to the chatting stream. Thank you for coming to my unfortunately very quiet writing stream, because for lore stuff I try and focus as much as I can. So yeah, right now as it stands, the lore is around 772 words, while the Sunset War is now around has another additional 3,300 words added to it. And yes, this is now a new course of action, new course of plan that I'm doing for my future writing, outside of the Wheel of Fates and other small projects that people may ask me to do, because I'm gonna try and open that in the future. Basically the plan is no more deviating into other stories, elsewhere stories. So as you can see in the Sunset War, I'm going to try and focus extensively on the Sunset War and give it a conclusion as quickly as I can. And the only other project that I will try and work on will be the primer, and I hope that will be done as quickly as possible. Maybe try and find artwork for it. And the primer itself will serve as an introduction to my character and why I am more lore based than the most other VTubers. And it won't really explain much about my streaming behavior, but it will just explain my world as it is. And I'll try and include more more accurate drawings of the map, locating cities like Ishimura and whatnot. While the Sunset War will serve as a war story caught in media res, and showcasing a completely different side of me that you will not find on stream. And after that, after I've ideally done the Sunset War, what I plan to do is move on to either the Twin Blades, which will focus on my comrade Yumiko, or focus on an origin story for myself, basically, or just a recount of the events of the Minecraft, the war against the Minecrasher. So with this focus in mind, I feel like personally I feel like I can focus more on my writing, and although it's no longer as varied as before where I can come up with multiple stories, I think focusing on one story at a time, or at least like at the bare minimum one story and then just the primer in general, will allow me to focus a lot more in my individual writing and make sure that at the end of all of this, I will at least have several stories done. At least hopefully maybe around more than 100k, I don't know. And they may not be the most easily accessible, but I am choosing to do this because I love writing about my world, because it's fairly interesting. And with that, it will just continue going on. But don't worry, Wheel of Fates will still happen, and I will still conduct the random writing streams. But since these are self-contained stories within a stream, I have no pressure working with them, and thus you will see me just accommodate them perfectly. But for the things relating to the Hollow Peninsula, if your friends are interested in my lore, direct them to the primer. And yes, the primer will serve as a basic introduction for everything that is going around in the Hollow Peninsula and whatnot, and I will continue to work on that as much as I can. Any new features, anything else, and if you would like to see something expanded on, do let me know, either in the comment boxes or the feedback sheet, and I will get on it as soon as possible. Yes, I'm trying very hard to work on the stories now as a means of being more productive. And this does not, and so that I don't get so caught up with the story that I end up losing track of the other thing I'm working on, which is the title conflict series. So yes, I'm trying to cut down on the loose things and make sure that I can have enough free time to try and work on multiple things. So forgive me if this does mean that you won't see expansions on individuals like my super predator friend, Rakan or Tarn, or even Junshi himself. But as long as I can get this done about the single stuff, I would think it will benefit in the long run. It means I can just focus on one project, and when that is done, when I feel like the draft is done and I can look through it again in the future, I can work on another one immediately. Yeah, that's my point of view. Although, yeah, I do understand it has its own burnout capabilities. I have to be wary of that. So if anything comes up, I will let you guys know. And I am very dedicated to building my world, because this is one of the ways I can just stand out from everybody else. Yeah. And with that, it's now 5:20. I have to go and feed my dogs now. So thank you everybody for joining the writing stream. I apologize if the context of the stories or even the primer itself is a bit confusing. I will try and expand them as much as I can when I can in my free time, and you will not see, and you will you guys can just catch up at in time. And I'm very very sad that I did not start up this at like when I started out my VTubing, because I am dumb as shit. Yeah, I'm dumb as shit. And with that, glory be a day, Mercs. It is time for me to go and do my daily chores. I will see you all next time. Bye bye.